Now joining me in studio to discuss EPAC's upcoming Fiddler on the Roof, the director of the show, Patrick Fody. Hello, Patrick. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good to see you again. So tell me a little bit about EPAC, where it's located, things like that.
EPAC is on Washington Avenue in Endicott. Originally, it was a vaudeville theater built back in 1917. And about 27 years ago, a group of us created a nonprofit organization, purchased the building, has renovated it because it was pretty close to being ready for a parking lot at that point.
All right, awesome. So when you emailed me like last week, you said that this show is a big one and you really want to discuss it with me. You're very excited. So tell me all about Fiddler on the Roof.
Fiddler on the Roof. This is the 5th time we've produced this show in the last 20 years. Extremely popular show, not only with performers, but everybody who comes to see it. It's all about tradition and breaking traditions. It takes place 1905 in the Ukraine, which at that point was occupied by Russia. So it is kind of relevant, even though it's about traditions and how hard it is to change things. Some things like never change.
Okay, no, right. So is there a Fiddler on the Roof in the show?
Yes, there is.
Okay, and what, I had to ask, it was probably a dumb question, but what role do they play in the show?
The Fiddler on the Roof is a figment of Tevye's imagination, but it is very relevant into how people sometimes have to balance themselves with how they feel, how things are, and so on and so forth. So the Fiddler actually opens the show on the roof of our huge set, which is great, and then is interjected throughout the show as Tevye is experiencing all these emotions.
All right, and you talked about the huge set, so can you kind of paint us a little picture? I'm guessing there's a roof.
There is definitely
I'm getting really into
roof.
it, I know.
There's a whole, actually, pretty much a full-size house that opens up and closes and turns around. Very, very ingenious design by our set designer and stage manager, Alex Bojan. But it's one of our original sets, which was originally designed by Jim Gable and Jim Shear from years ago.
All right, and I haven't been to EPAC in so long, so I forget, what does the venue look like there? Because if there's a huge house on stage, can all the seats kind of see it?
The seats are all raked, and
Okay.
there is a lower balcony and an upper balcony. There are no bad seats. There's nothing distracting or anything in your way. So the stage is about 4 feet up off the floor, but like I said, all the seats are raked.
All right, perfect. And how many people are in this production total?
We have about 35 in the cast.
Wow.
And between backstage and costumes and front of house, we're talking 100 people working on this show.
Wow, that's iconic. That sounds excited for this show. You said this is a really big show.
Yeah.
So tell me about the music in this as well and kind of how that really fits with the show.
The music, all people will be walking out singing songs, but a lot of people come to hear the songs. Songs like Sunrise, Sunset, which you probably have heard in so many weddings, and tradition, and so on and so forth. The writers of the music, not only is the storyline great, but the music, of course, has to be great. Otherwise, no one would want to come and see it.
Yeah, of course. So you're the director of the show. You're the person that, tells them what to do, puts it all together. So really, what sets this one apart from other ones that you've directed in the past?
What sets it apart is it's very emotional.
Okay.
Personally, only because it is about tradition, and it's about family. And a lot of Broadway shows anymore don't really even go there. So it is not only an emotional thing for me personally, but everybody, the majority of the audience relates to this. It's something that we all yearn for. We all miss our families. Some of us don't have families, et cetera, et cetera. And there's always oppression. It doesn't matter uh, what religion you are, what nationality you are. Everybody is oppressed to a certain point, and it's about overcoming that.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of comedies out there, so it's nice to change it up and get that emotion, like you said, and really dig deep into that.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of times where you laugh, you have a good time, but when it comes right down to it, it's heart-wrenching.
All right, perfect. So tell me when the shows are and how people can get tickets.
Opening night is this Thursday, and it runs Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 8 p.m., and then Sunday there's a 3 p.m. matinee. And you can get the tickets right at EndicottArts.com or pick up the phone or stop down at the box office.
All right, perfect. Joe Patrick, it was so great seeing you again. Thank you for joining me. And good
Thank
luck
you
this
for having
weekend.
me.
Of course.
It's always
of course.
a pleasure.
Yes. For those of you who might have missed those details, the Endicott Performing Arts Center is putting on Fiddler on the Roof starting tomorrow and running until the 13th. Thursday to Saturday will be at 8 p.m. and Sunday will be at 3 p.m. EPAC is located at 102 Washington Ave in Endicott. You do not want to miss out on this, as this show is a fan favorite. For more information, please visit EndicottArts.com.